In BO6, most of y'all folks struggle with ranked players, pub stompers, even people who ain't even know how to hold a controller. Like, I mean, y'all were getting dropped off by players who can only play on Christmas. Well, it ain't gonna be no more of that, cause it's a bad image on me. Remember, I trained y'all. Got me out here looking ass. So I'ma share the secrets that stop me from getting slapped out. So hopefully you'll learn something. Now, first tip of the day, you gotta shoot with the intention to destroy. Now, I be watching some of y'all gameplays, and like I said, I don't really want to judge y'all, but what I be seeing, it be kind of absurd. Y'all be shooting all loose and all like, it's like you're not really in, your mind's not really in the game. Or it's like y'all do not have enough confidence to run around like you can just gun anybody. In order for you to gun anybody, you gotta have the confidence to gun anybody. You can't be slow, you gotta be fast. I be seeing y'all reaction time be a little bit slow. And that's not because you're actually slow like that. Maybe it's because there's a blockage in your brain. You have to train yourself to be alert. You cannot be slow if you want to be good at Call of Duty. Like, I mean, some players even play while smoking, bro. And somehow they are still faster than y'all. I don't understand how that's even possible. I'm pretty sure that is supposed to let you relax, and somehow some people are using it and still are faster and more alert than you. I don't understand that. So that's a problem. We need to get your reaction time. We need to get all your reflexes up to date. So basically, the thing that helped me master this tip right here was, for one, having a class up that had good ADS and good sprint to fire on it. This way you can shoot fast, you can shoot quick, and even if you do react slow, sometimes your gun is still so fast to where it's just instant. So next time you create a class setup, or whenever Black Ops 7 come out, when you create a class setup, you need to make the class setup around mostly ADS more than sprint to fire. I know sprint to fire is like, you know, you get to shoot first, but I found that ADS actually, when you can aim faster, it's going to naturally help you shoot faster anyways. It's just better like that. So focus on your ADS speed. The next thing you need to do is in your mind, the intention. You need to shoot and play with the intention that if anybody come up on my screen right now, they're getting smoked. This is how I think 90% of the time while I'm playing Call of Duty, unless I'm just, you know, chilling. If anybody pop up on my screen, I'm so confident that they're dead. For one, my aim is good, my gun is good, my class setup is good. All these factors are good, so of course I'm gonna have the confidence to gun somebody. Something else that can help you with this is when you kill somebody and you know you like got the upper advantage on them, or you know it wasn't no lucky kill, like you genuinely just gunned them, pay attention to what you did in that situation. What was it that allowed you to gun them? It had to be something. It wasn't no accident. Or if there's a tryhard in your game and you know he just smoked you, then eventually you smoke him, what did you do that allowed him to lose to you? And then repeat the process. So y'all be trying new things. Y'all be like, okay, so I'm gonna slide cancel and then aim in and shoot. Oh, that killed them. Okay, now this time I'm gonna just do this. No, do what you did that time. If you really want to gun him over and over again, do what you did that time. And if he adjusts, then you gotta adjust too. That's just how it's gonna work. If you're playing against a good player, not even just in Call of Duty, when it comes to any video game, any competitive video game, if you play sports, if you box, if you do MMA, if you play soccer, I don't care. If you do like a competitive sport, in the enemy team or the enemy person, whoever the opposing person to you, if they adjust to your adjustment, you gotta readjust. You gotta keep adjusting. It's like a game of chess. Because if you constantly just sit there and, you know, keep doing what you're doing and they adjust and they catch on to it, you're cooked. Grits. It don't even gotta just be in competitive things. It could be in, like, if you're trying to make more money, if you're trying to grow a YouTube channel, you're trying to start a business, you're gonna have to adjust somewhere. Unless you just somehow go through it and it's just 100% good, but most times it's not. You selling this business product, you selling some hairspray, and people ain't buying it because of what? You got to figure out what it is. You got to adjust. You got to go back, figure out what you got to do. A lot of analyzation and adjust. Adjustment is key if you want to do or succeed in anything. Anyways, tip number 2, make it to where you enter every gunfight as the person aiming first. This is something I had to figure out once again on my own. Basically, all my tips I figured out on my own because as we know, the COD community tips and tricks, they don't really teach them. This is why this is an unknown tips and tricks. This is why y'all gotta come to me with all y'all problems, because I will solve them. I found out that if you aim first, I found this out like when I was really starting to, my junk just went dark, when I was really starting to try and get better at Call of Duty or at FPS games, that, you know, had this kind of first person who shoot is the first person who gonna win type mentality, type game style to it. And when you aim first, you gonna win first. This is why it is crucial to get your ADS speed up instead of your sprint to fire, because you can easily shoot before you aim in and it kind of won't correspond correctly. You may get some bloom, it may miss them. It's a lot, but it's good to mix both of them together. Don't get it wrong. Don't just not put up your sprint to fire. Make sure they go together. This is why you see people, or you see like ranked players always slide around a corner aiming first, or yeah, they always slide when they aim. You gotta have a perk on in BO7 for that. You gotta have a perk on to be able to slide and aim. I know it's crazy, but you have to do it. You always see those ranked players do that because of how they know if they aim it first, all they gotta do now is just shoot, press the shoot button, and that's it. If y'all want me to make a video on how to always aim first / always shoot first in Black Ops 7, I know I made one in BO6, but you know, we gotta update everything that we did last year. That way we can adjust. We have to adjust. We've learned new things since then. Just comment down below if y'all want to see videos like that. But anyways, that tip is very self-explanatory. Always try and aim first. It's gonna come down to your timing. I might start teaching timing on YouTube and start teaching some different stuff on Patreon. Go tap in with the Patreon link, description down below, in the comment section down below. I teach the most unknown tips over there, better than what I have over here. But anyways, I'm not gonna spend too much time on tip number 2. Now off to tip number 3, you want to position yourself in areas where the enemies have to push you. This kind of plays into tip number 2 with always aiming first. If the enemies have to push you, all you gotta do is sit there and pre-aim. If you know they have to push the area that you're at because you're in a great position, just sit there and pre-aim, wait for them to come in, and then you're gonna shoot them. Now the only way they're gonna come through and blast you down is if they just come through sliding like this, and then eventually they just straight smack you in your neck. Then I'm not gonna lie, that's more advanced. We're gonna keep it simple because I know BO7 is just now coming out, and I don't want to, you know, overdo it too much. Maybe in 2 months we're gonna get down to the advanced tips. But yeah, this is a type of tip that can help you always aim first. You want to position yourself in areas where they have to push you. It's common sense, but I know sometimes in the battlefield we forget the common sense. We may do something new, and then it's a lot goes on out there. All right, now once again, this is just common sense. Don't make this harder than what it is. If it's an objective and you know the enemies are gonna push a certain route to get to an objective, all you gotta do is post up and wait for them. It's that simple. Let me show y'all a more visual guide so y'all can better understand. All right, as y'all boys can see, the hard point is over there in the mid-map area. My teammate is already posted up in a great position where they have to push him. As we know, if y'all played this map in BO7, y'all know that this is the hard point, and then they will most likely push on this area right here because they are spawning back there. They are pushing down here through this little alleyway right here that y'all see because they are spawning back there. Now somebody already there, and I'll just start pre-aiming. He distracted on the teammate. Boom, he's dead. Now I know they have to push this area. Now I'm gonna just post up. I don't have to move. You don't have to always move every chance you get. You could just post up like this. This is gonna allow me to aim, you know, before the enemies.
Are we talking about TSP mode?
They just push, and all my teammates are here, which only makes it more helpful. This is probably a tip I'm gonna get into in a different video. The teammates are nearby, so it's gonna help me like use them as distractions and stuff, and they all just pushing up and trying to shoot the teammates because the teammates are on the hill, but I'm just in the back smacking them. But they just keep pushing up, bro. Aim kind of wonky. I thought they were spawning back there. Now I take a different position. But yeah, that's basically what y'all want to do when it comes to positioning yourself in a place where they have to push you. Now the last and final tip I got for y'all boys today is tip number 4. If you don't have a suppressor, remember you don't have a suppressor. First off, let me clear something. I recommend that you have a suppressor on if you are trying to streak up, get nukes, get high kill games, all that good stuff, because it's easier to flank. It's easier to catch the enemies off guard than if you don't have a suppressor. I recommend to only not use a suppressor if you know you are good enough to not use a suppressor. Now I know I am good enough to not use a suppressor because I have dropped multiple nukes without using a suppressor. If you don't have multiple gameplays where you are just smacking people without a suppressor, then don't use a suppressor. Smacking tryhards without a suppressor, then don't use a suppressor, or use a suppressor I should say. But if you just can't help yourself and you got to create a class setup that doesn't have a suppressor, you need to know exactly how to play without a suppressor. For one, you need to be moving unexpectedly. You need to be moving around the map unexpectedly. This is not, a no suppressor gun is not a gun that you can just sit around camp and hold a door frame with. You can't just sit and pre-aim with that. You gotta always be moving. You gotta be so unexpected, you gotta be so unpredictable, because they're gonna see you ping on the map and they know that you behind the door just camping. So they're just gonna run there and blast you down or throw 40 grenades in there. I didn't see it all. So if you're looking to get your first nuke, use a suppressor. If you want to run and gun, then that may be a more better situation for you not to use a suppressor because you are always moving, and that play style is going to be the play style you need to have when you don't have one on. But you can't just play like you normally will. You can't just rush around in predictable locations, predictable areas, predictable common routes. You gotta rush around in unexpected routes, unpredictable routes. Cause once they see you ping on the map, they gonna look and be like, okay, so he think I'm here, so he gonna probably try and run through this route and get to me, so that way he can kill me. And they gonna predict you and anticipate you and pre-aim you, and it's over for you. You gotta use it to your advantage. You gotta look at the area you're at, in the area they may think you're. This is what you gotta get in their mind. Like, if you shoot and kill an enemy and you ping on the map because you don't have a suppressor, if you think that an enemy knows where you're at, which means if you didn't kill somebody like near their partners and stuff, and then so happenly that they think you're in that area now, so now they're just gonna pre-aim you and wait for you to run through because they think you're gonna run through, and you think that they think that you're gonna run through, then you gotta get out of there. Or if you think that your gun has pinged on the map and they finna rush over to you based on the position that you think they are at, you gotta pre-aim that area. Now this is a prime example of what the heck I'm talking about. Look at this. So somebody over here, I saw his legs, boom. I started trying to blast him down. I don't know why he moving that fast. And he tried to run but still got hit. Yep. And now I know they are spawning back here. Now what I should have done is I should have pre-aimed. I don't have a suppressor on. I should have pre-aimed this area because I know they were spawned over here and I know they could have possibly pushed. But now I kind of took a risk on it because the hard point was over to the left. So I didn't think somebody was going to actually run over there. But I should have still anticipated that somebody could be right here. I accidentally shot right here, I ain't gonna lie. And then he was right there and I was off guard. My centering was off. I was looking up there. It was a bunch of things wrong in this clip right here. But being that I didn't have a suppressor, that's how he knew I was over here. And he instantly just was running over here. And I could have pre-aimed him. He was pushing me already. I could have pre-aimed him. But I died, unfortunately. All right, here we go. An example that actually, you know, demonstrates what I'm saying. I think I already used this clip before, but oh well. So I killed this dude, boom. So remind you, all the commotion is over here. When you look on the map, all the commotion is over here. You're gonna see all the red pinks in this area because I just shot. It's a bunch of explosions going on. Teammates probably don't got suppressors on too. It's a lot going on. Mainly, this is the main route that everybody on the enemy team is pushing. And then we're gonna have some people that's gonna flank. I know this. So I look back over here. I kill him and look back over here because it's the one lane that's open. I slide up. Boom, there he go. He think he finna flank around and all the commotion over there. He think he finna flank around and kill us all. Nope. Here I am. Now, mind you, I don't got a suppressor still. So I shoot him and I instantly move locations. Look, I don't just sit there and just keep pre-aiming. I move over here. I lane cycle. I lane switch. If y'all watch my previous videos, y'all know about that right there. Boom. So he running over there. He was gonna check this area and then probably just look over here and then run that way. But then this dude, he probably saw me. He probably looked over there, seen that I wasn't there, so I was like, okay, he had to move over here. And if he didn't, I'll just move around there. So look, I killed him. They both was really off guard. He wasn't very sure that I was there. And I lane cycle again. Boom. I come back over here. Pre-aim. They flipped. That's basically how you want to navigate around the map when it comes to not having a suppressor. You don't want to just stay in one location. You don't want to stay doing one thing because you will get predicted. It will be very easy to spot. Notice how the hard point look. Let me rewind it for y'all boys. I want to give y'all a visualization of what's going on. Notice the hard point is in this area right here. The hard point is over here. So why am I over here? It would not make no sense to be over here. But see, I'm thinking in the fifth dimension. So I'm really playing chess and I'm 5 moves ahead. I'm watching the flank. They're not going to expect me to watch the flank because they, you know, this little skill level is they're not gonna realize that. They're not gonna try and look at that. So it's easy to pick up these off guard kills because I'm doing the unexpected. I'm doing something they never could predict. So that's how you want to play when you do not have a suppressor on your weapon. That's basically all most of my tips come down to. Not most of them, I always say that because most of them are not unexpected, but are unknown and secretive that people don't share, that I know that people don't really know, and I share them. But like, if you really look at it, these tips are common sense. We just forget them when we play. That's all they are. And I reword them in a way that can better help you understand. Sometimes y'all be so close to where y'all can't see it. The answer for all your problems be right there in front of you, but you can't see it because you just so close. You've been saturated with so much different stuff. It's like, oh, they telling me do this, they telling me do this. It's really common sense. Don't turn your brain off when you play Call of Duty. Don't ever turn your brain off when you do anything. Always use your brain in everything you do. But anyways, if you want to see more Black Ops 7 content like this, more FPS content like this, then subscribe to my channel. I post videos like this all the time, mostly tips and tricks for Call of Duty, Black Ops 7, Warzone, all that good stuff. Unknown tips and tricks, not just no tips and tricks like, oh, change this setting. I do make settings videos, but they are actually detailed. It's not just change this setting and you're gonna be like a pro player. If you put this exact class setup on, you will be a pro. No, none of that. All right. Change your sensitivity. None of that. I'm telling you how to actually improve your skill. These are unknown tips. Every video you watch of mine is gonna be some unknown stuff. I promise you, you will learn every video of mine if you watch it. Or if you want to take your skill to the next level, then go subscribe to my Patreon. Link in the description down below, in the comment section down below. Already told y'all that. Or if you want to see my previous video, which goes over Black Ops 7 tips and tricks that will help you get ahead of 90% of the players on launch, then go click on this video right here.